What's going on, everyone? This is Dom, and today we are doing something a little painfully honest. I have Jason here from Painfully Honest Tech, and we are talking about this guy, the Google Pixel 3 XL. And well, I've had some experience with this, and he's actually new to experiencing the device, so we're kind of gonna mesh the two together, my experience with his painfully honest opinion, and see what this guy's all about. All right, so we have the Pixel 3 XL right here, and this is the not pink version of the phone, and you can definitely tell it is 100% not pink. But obviously, like, they changed a little bit about this guy from the previous iteration, but I want to know, like, your hot take on the Google Pixel 3.
Okay, so I mean, there's been a ton of discussion about what this phone was going to be, and so my expectations, just from seeing photos and stuff, I felt like the notch looked way too big and it just looked like kind of clunky. But here I have it in my hand, and I mean, this frosted glass back is super nice.
Yeah.
It's very thin, and it has, it's light, and the notch doesn't really bother me as much looking at it here. I mean, yes, it's big, but it doesn't bother me as much looking at here as it just looked at completely whacked out.
Yeah. What's funny is during the keynote, they did everything they could to avoid showing the notch. They had these camera angles that were swooping downward, like from this, so you could barely see the notch at the top and stuff like that. And it's almost like they were trying to avoid it. And a lot of people are wondering, well, okay, what does this notch do for the user experience, right? And I'm gonna have to say, at least in terms of the Pixel 3 XL, it really does absolutely nothing for the user experience. There's nothing happening here, and there are settings where you can go and hide the notch, and there's actually, you can see that if you so choose to have it, you can have a double cutout if that's your thing. You can get used to that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it gives me a place to put my thumb, I guess.
And like I said, you can actually go in and hide the notch if that's your thing, but I feel like you're wasting a bunch more screen real estate by hiding it. But at the same time, currently the software on here and the user experience isn't really taking advantage of that.
Right.
From a software perspective, obviously, this is Android Pie, and it's running on the device that hypothetically Google built Android Pie for, right?
Sure.
I mean, this is made by Google, and the software is made by Google. This thing is pretty speedy, I mean, it's nice. I like the Pie gestures. I like everything that Android is doing here and that Google has done with the Pixel, and it is a good phone, but it is definitely not a phone for everyone, and there are a few conditions here that you should probably know about before jumping into this guy.
So one thing I like is that the build on this is definitely better than it was, say, on the 2XL. It's just kind of like 2XL felt halfway premium, and this glass back is, I mean, it's just so nice. Of course, we're starting to hear reports of Scratchgate.
I haven't seen anything, but I did bear witness to Marquez 10 seconds out of the box. He had scratches on the back of his thing. Yeah. But here's the thing, okay? And I'm gonna just be blunt about this. Glass is going to scratch, okay? Especially a soft touch, matte glass this. It's gonna scratch. Is it an excuse for Google or anybody? No, but it's kind of like saying that the screen is invincible and it's never going to shatter.
Yeah. If you count that as a knock against the phone, I think you're really sort of starting to nitpick a little bit.
Yeah. It's made out of what it's made out of. It's made out of glass, okay? If I throw this across the room right now, I guarantee something's going to break on it because it's glass.
Yeah, I mean, smartphones these days are becoming almost more like pieces of jewelry than anything else, and I don't think anybody's ever complained about the softness of gold.
Yeah.
So this is not gold, but at the same time, it's a nice looking device. It's not going to be completely invulnerable.
All right, so moving along to the backside here, we have the camera. And let me say, this is one of the only phones, I think, this year that has one camera on the back.
Yeah. Proudly so.
Yeah, proudly so. And even with the Pixel 2 and Pixel 2 XL, they also had one camera. I mean, this is something that Google has been just sticking with for the meanwhile. This one camera right here, though, is pretty awesome. Now, I'm gonna preface that with saying that it's awesome if you don't own a Pixel 2. Realistically, yes, this thing is great, and there are other features that are coming to this phone. I'm not sure if they're coming to the Pixel 2 XL, but they're coming to the Pixel 3 and Pixel 3 XL that will be pretty awesome, some of the features that they announced at the keynote.
Right.
But I don't have those yet, so I can't really do a full camera in-depth camera review in this video because I don't have everything that they're offering. But I can tell you that this is the best camera of the year in a smartphone, for sure, like without a doubt. Same as the Pixel 2 was. The Pixel 2, before this was announced, the Pixel 2 was still the best camera on a phone. Like, it was just a great camera all around, and I feel like we're getting the same thing with this one little camera right here on the back. And I have to say that the front-facing camera, the dual camera where we get that happy little notch at, is nice. Having the wide angle group selfie on here is pretty cool, and those perform exceptionally well in low light also.
Yeah.
But of course, as always, I will leave a link to a full gallery's worth of photos from this guy in the description below. So if you want to go ahead and check those out, you can do so.
Still no headphone jack.
That's a problem.
It's not there.
Right?
No, in fact, there's a SIM card tray where the headphone jack used to be. I know, like, I sound like the old man sort of shaking his fist at the sky when I talk about this.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's so many people out there who still use the 3.5 millimeter jack.
Yeah.
They don't want to be forced to spend the money to get Bluetooth headphones.
Yeah, they're more expensive. Google does actually provide USB Type-C headphones in the box, which I thought was pretty cool actually. But yes, they do have a USB Type-C connector on the bottom, as you can see, and they have little ear wings and stuff. In fact, you know, they look highly inspired. Let's just say highly inspired by earpods. Your problem has been answered here via USB-C headphones.
Well, good on you, Google, for at least giving us headphones we can use.
And in case you were curious about what else is in the box besides USB Type-C headphones, you do have a power brick. We have a nice little USB-C to 3.5 millimeter headphone adapter, which is cool to see along with those headphones.
Yeah. So, Dom, you've been using it for a while. Like, what's the battery life in your experience so far?
Obviously, like, it's a very clean version of Android, and from that you expect pretty good battery performance. And I can say that I haven't like ran out before the end of the day, but I can't really like give like a solid answer. I want to do like at least another week or two of testing before I can say, okay, here's exactly what you're going to get from this guy, because usage kind of interferes with how long the battery is going to last and things like that. All these damn phones should last the day, and if they're not, then we need to be complaining at these companies to make better phones. I think that this phone is for anybody that has anything older than a Pixel 2, and I think specifically Google was targeting anybody that owns an iPhone 7 or earlier.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that.
I think that Google was going straight after iPhone, and it's one reason that Google never mentioned the word Android in their keynote at all.
Right.
Never said Android once. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
I mean, there's all kinds of conspiracy theories, like they're bringing out their new operating system and that kind of thing, but I think you might be right.
That's who the phone is for. People that have a bad taste in their mouth about Android and potentially own an iPhone. So,
right.
If you're one of those people, you might be interested in the Google Pixel 3, and if you're everybody else, then you know maybe you're not. But I think this is a solid phone. It's a good phone, but it's definitely not for everyone. And I want to know what you guys think about the Google Pixel 3 or 3 XL in the comments section below. And if you want to know what some of my other friends think, I dropped a video on that last week, so you can go ahead and check that out using the link in the description or up in the iCard. And like I said, let me know what you think. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Big thanks to Jason for coming on the channel and giving his painfully honest opinions. Go check out his channel, link below as well. And thank you so much for watching, everyone. This is Dom, and I will catch you in the next video.